In 1978, two local entrepreneurs founded National Fiber. We make cellulose insulation and we distribute it throughout the Northeast. Amazingly, very clean paper going in gives you a clean product coming out. It's that simple. We basically deliver with our own drivers everywhere between the border with Canada, Syracuse, and Philadelphia. When we first started out, we got a lot of post-consumer paper. We had arrangements with a number of the towns in this area, as well as church groups, etc., whereby we would take an empty trailer, drop it in a parking lot or a church lot on a Friday afternoon, and over the weekend, people from the town would bring their recycled newspaper in brown paper bags. We'd load it up into the trailer. On Monday morning, we'd go pick the trailer up, we'd weigh it, and we would pay the town for the amount of paper that we received. Unfortunately, these towns don't have this paper available anymore, and we have had to go more and more to using post-industrial paper. I've had a paper broker come take me to a big MRF facility just south of Albany. It's a huge facility where everything is mixed together, and it's actually quite remarkable how they have the ability to separate a lot of the plastic, one kind of plastic and another, and aluminum versus metal, etc. And what ends up at the end of the stream is supposed to be paper, and they brought me there to see if I could use that paper, and I was horrified. I said, that's not paper, first of all. There's a little bit of paper in it, but it's mostly metal tin can lids, it's plastic tops, it's crap, really, that there's no way I could use. And I understand that even for some of the people that are looking for number 4 plastic recycled, that what is sent to them as number 4 plastic, while they were successful in getting a large amount of it there's a lot of other stuff in that number 4 plastic that they're not able to use. So if they receive 20 tons of number 4 plastic, they can only use 15 tons, and they end up having to bring the other 5 tons to the landfill because they can't use it. The material that we have outside was received from a bale that had been in single stream. If it's a soft trash like plastic or something like that, that doesn't necessarily harm our equipment, although over time it would wrap itself around impellers and it would begin to clog the flow of air through our product. But it's really a problem for the installers, because if we have plastic in our product and they put it through their blowing machines, after a while they have to stop, cut all this stuff away. So that's the soft stuff, but the hard stuff like pieces of glass, pieces of metal, pieces of wood, some metal can do damage to our equipment, and it can certainly do damage to the installation equipment. Now, most big pieces like that would never end up in one of our bags, but they can really wreak havoc on the product. There is often really, I mean, I hate to say it, but used diapers, garbage in some of this paper that of course is unsanitary, and there's no way we're going to allow that in our product. To give as an example, the price we were having to pay in the summer of 2008, which is just before the Olympics in China, which occurred in September of 2008, we were paying well over $200 a ton, well over $200 a ton. And the Chinese economy was just booming and gearing up for the Olympics. And within 30 days of the end of the Olympics, the price of paper had fallen from over $200 a ton to under $100 a ton, and it actually went as low as $30 or $40 a ton. That's because China, they peaked, and then everything shut down. And that was the absolute clearest example of what the effect that the Chinese have on this paper business. What would be the difference to us if we had to buy virgin groundwood paper as opposed to recycled groundwood paper? We are currently paying, you know, around $120. It varies for nice recycled groundwood paper that's clean and very acceptable for us, $120 a ton FOB. And I asked Maple Leaf when I was beginning to get worried about, well, maybe we could just buy virgin groundwood paper. That's about $800 a ton. So I don't think I'm going to substitute that anytime soon for our $120 recycled groundwood paper. Consumers are still conditioned to put their newspapers in a brown paper bag, and they put them out on their curb that way. The problem is that when they get collected, they just get thrown in with everything. So it's the recycling system that's the problem, not the consumers. I think consumers are very open to separating and keeping things separate.